リリースされるのを楽しみにしています。トレールのよりはこのショー、の宿泊のでも称してあなたにぴったりの美味しい料理を祝うことに触発されています。これらの料理についてもっと知りたいなら見続けてください。
Konbawa and Hapade, welcome to Kusina Tanoitasi. We are taking a slight break in focusing on island dishes by focusing on Terrace House because I'm so excited for this part 3 of Terrace House 2019 to 2020, premiering hopefully in April, I think is what all the people on the interwebs are saying. We are going to be switching over to Aloha State, which was a Terrace House series that was set in Hawaii, and it was a different take on the show because you have some Japanese-born Americans and hafus, or like half Japanese, half American, or half something else, people that were raised in Japan, and they're all coming together, and so it created an interesting dynamic that made for some very interesting TV. We are going to be focusing on one of the dishes in Aloha State this week, and this dish is inspired by one of the sweetest but saddest moments to happen in Terrace House Aloha State, where Yusuke, who is a sweet 18-year-old boy at the time who's never had a girlfriend, he tries to ask this one girl out named Lauren, and she kind of very kindly, in my opinion, but very obviously rejects him. He wanted to try catfish with her at a restaurant, and he had a reservation and everything, but when she turned him down, he went to the restaurant by himself to eat the catfish because he felt bad because he made a reservation already. So we're going to be making catfish inspired by that episode. So I hope that you guys enjoy this. If you guys love Terrace House, if you guys love food, please let me know what you like to eat, what you like to watch, anything in the comments. And I appreciate you liking and subscribing to this channel. So let's get started. Itadakimasu and tapanyocho.
So I really want to go for a grain-free breading for this catfish. So I'm going to use pork rinds. And I'm really sorry if you're pescatarian. You don't have to use pork rinds if you don't want to. You can totally just use vegetable chips or potato chips, or any sort of gluten-free panko crumb would be great as well. But for a completely grain-free option, I'm gonna go with the pork rinds, and I think it's gonna give it some really good flavor as well. So go ahead and just crush those up into little pieces. To reduce some waste, I'm using a towel, but you can feel free to use parchment paper or whatever you'd like. And or you can even put this in a Ziploc bag and just kind of crush it up with a cleaver or rolling pin. So you're gonna take some catfish fillets and you're gonna dredge it in coconut flour, and then you're gonna dredge that into your wet mixture, which is just an egg that's been whisked, so the egg white and the egg yolk are completely incorporated. And once that is thoroughly dredged, you can go ahead and toss the fillet into the pork rinds and just make sure that it's kind of in every nook and cranny. That way you have crispiness on every bite. It's gonna be great. And go ahead and put that on a grate, and you're gonna do that for the rest of the fillets, however many you're doing. I'm really excited about this recipe because I feel like Yusuke represents who I am deep down, and I would totally go to a restaurant by myself just because I made the reservation. So you're gonna put that in an oven for 15 to 20 minutes on 350. While that's crisping up in the oven, you can go ahead and prep your tartar sauce. So I'm using 1 green onion and chopping off that end, and you're just gonna cut it into nice fine pieces, and these green onion pieces are gonna just add some brightness to our tartar sauce. And whenever I make this tartar sauce, I think about my grandma's shrimp patties recipe, and I am in the near future going to be doing that recipe as well. I'm really excited about that. But for the tartar sauce, you're just adding 2 tablespoons of mayo, 1 to 2 tablespoons of relish, depending on how much relish you like. It really is up to taste, and about 1.5 teaspoons of mustard, which is going to give it a nice kick. And once you add all those ingredients, you're just going to go ahead and fully incorporate that together, and really that is it. That's like all you need for the dipping sauce. And so you're going to set that aside. And to kind of do like a little bed of greens, I'm just taking a couple pieces of Napa cabbage and chopping it up nice and fine to give my catfish a nice little, bed to show its beautiful crispy goodness, and it be a safe space. And after that, go ahead and add your tartar dipping sauce, that actually has, I guess, snow tartar in it, but you know, it's a dipping sauce. And with that, you are done. Guys, look how beautiful this looks. I was so excited about this. I mean, partly because of the dish, but then also, like I said, for what it represents. And that's it. Itadakimasu. Tapa nyocho. Enjoy. See you later.